Halløjsa alle sammen, Dunkeren here. Hello everyone. So in today's video I will be talking about some rum. And rum is a drink that I've only recently started drinking. Well, I mean, when I was younger I had a lot of rum with Coke in it when I was in clubs and at parties and stuff like that. But 5, 6 years ago I started drinking quality rum and just neat without anything in it, like I drink whiskey I've been drinking for quite a long time, maybe 15 years, something like that. But as I said, I only recently started with the rum, and this rum I never heard of actually, or nothing like that. It was a co-worker of mine, a colleague of mine, who suggested it when I was talking to him about rum, and he just said that this rum is the best that he had ever had, and he also has a lot of different quality liquors to drink, so he would probably know what he's talking about. And I will be drinking it out of my new glass, which is another Luigi Bormioli. It's a titanium reinforced crystal glass. It is absolutely, it sounds awesome, and it really is. It's beautiful. It has just the right size, and then, well, it's just amazing. Amazing handwork, and just, yeah. Now that I'm talking this positive about a glass, just to make sure that you know that there's no sponsored content on this channel, I bought these glasses myself some time ago, a couple months ago, and everything on this channel is just my opinion. If you think another glass is better than this, that's just fine. And if you think something else about the rum than I do, that's also just fine. So well, yeah, this is the glasses we're gonna be drinking it out of. And the rum that I'm talking about is this one. It is Ron Flor de Cana, if I'm pronouncing it right. I don't really know if I am. It's from Nicaragua, and this particular one is a legacy edition, legacy edition 1. This rum is an 18-year-old slow-aged rum, and when somebody tells you that something is slow-aged for the first time, you think, how can something be slow-aged? Time moves on at a certain rate, But what it means is some lower quality liquors use chemicals and other stuff to put in it to kind of speed up the process to make it seem like a 12 or an 18-year-old, when in fact they're not. So and what slow age means is that they haven't done that. This one has actually been in the barrels or in the casks for 18 years. So that's what that means. It is also a single estate rum, which means that it is not mixed. Everything in this bottle comes from the same estate or the same distillery, whatever you want to call it. It's the same rum. Everything in here is 18-year-old, and other countries, other places use the term Solero rum, which is the same thing. It's just everything in here is 18 years old. In order to call something 18-year-old, it's only a certain amount of the content that has to be 18-year-old. You can mix it with the same rum that's younger and still call it 18-year-old. So single estate or Solero rum just means that they haven't. So everything in here is 18-year-old. So this is a very beautiful bottle, and I don't know when I will be drinking this again. So I went out and I got a smaller one. Let me just get it. I got a little sample, a little taster here. This is the same rum, but this is only 12-year-old. So we can taste it and get an idea of what it tastes like and how it is, and without cracking this beautiful bottle open. I would be saving this for a very special occasion sometime. The bottle is beautiful. The label is beautiful. Everything about this is beautiful. The case it comes in is very colorful, which is something that I normally don't like, but I think it's pretty cool in this because it's a legacy edition. And then in it, there's a small book which contains small poetry and just lines and words from poets all over the world. Most of it is in Portuguese, but there's also some of it in English. I think that's pretty cool too. So yeah, but let's get on. Let's move on to what's really why we're doing this, which is taste this beautiful rum. I bought these things at whiskey. No, I actually bought this at a Danish site called Whiskey Experten, which just means an expert of whiskey. Again, no sponsored content. I bought it. I'm not here to promote that site. It's just a site that I find very good. Whiskey.dk and whiskeyexperten.dk is the two sites that I use the most, just to say that. It's a nice smell. There's a little bit of alcohol to it. Of course there is. It's a 40%. I won't be drinking all of this. This is 3 centiliters. I think I will be taking half of it. Just, it's Sunday night. I don't want to be tipsy or anything. Just a little more. Yeah. Let's go with that. So the smell is really nice. And just to my favorite rum right now is something called the Dictator 20-year-old, and I will of course be comparing it a little bit. Before, I also like Plantation, and before I always had the one that was called Diplomatico, but I actually like the others better. So now I'm gonna be trying this. Just swirl it around a little bit and smell it a lot of times with your entire nose and with one nostril at a time. That's how you should do it, because it gives you a better idea, and it gives you the how do you say it? You come all the way around the smell of it. If you only do like this, you won't have it all, you know? Yeah. Seems strong, but the smell is nice. The liquor kind of, or the alcohol kind of wears off. Of course, it's like that when I just had dinner and glass of water, and then you take strong spirits like this, even though it's of course quality, but it's still 40%. So in the beginning, your nose and your palate will react to it because it's not really expecting it. Some people actually say that you should take a little sip and just drink it to start with, kind of to prepare what's coming and get used to it, and then taste it afterwards. I find that the first taste also has something to offer, and you should not just put it down. There's also some perfume in it, perfumey. I feel it in back of my throat, like a little ticklish feeling. If that was, I almost want to do like this when I smell it. But it's not bad. It's a good smell. Now I'm gonna taste it, which is of course the most important thing. I love the fact, I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can, I think you can, but it kind of coats the glass, which is something that rum does a lot of the time, but whiskey rarely does. So that's another thing. It's because it's sweeter and there's it might be a little bit heavier in consistency. Can you see that? I think you can. Yeah. Now I'm gonna taste it. Cheers. Wow, it has a real kick to it. This is not a, but maybe the 18-year-old is more. This is not real. Wow, the aftertaste is amazing. I didn't really get to say what I wanted to say before that aftertaste really kicked in. It has a lot of heat, and it's not really. It's kind of sharp, if you know what I mean, and has a lot of heat, and the alcohol is you definitely feel the alcohol. So yeah, maybe the 12-year-old isn't as round as the 18-year-old is gonna be. It usually is like that. When the older it is, the older the quality liquor is, the rounder and smoother the taste get. Um, and the taste isn't really that round or smooth. It's more sharp and has a lot of heat, and it kind of packs a kick, packs a punch. But well, it would be amazing thing to have in a little flask in your inner pocket when you're hiking or skiing, because it actually has some heat. And yeah, now after the first taste and first couple of smells, now when I smell it, the kick is gone and the alcohol is gone. So my palate kind of has gotten used to it, and now it knows what to expect. And yeah, another taste. Cheers. And then the verdict at the end. Definitely a little bit smoother the second time, but it still has a sharp taste and it still has some kick to it. So, but it's not a bad rum, but it's definitely not the best that I've ever had. So I can't wait to taste the 18-year-old to see if that is smoother. But I can safely say that the Dictator 20 and the Plantation 20 is, in my opinion, better rums. So I will be putting this, taking the price into consideration, which is actually not this one. So I don't. This one was well, I guess it was 600 something, if I remember correctly. I'm not really sure. I think it was 600 Danish crowns. Um, and this one was, for this little bottle, was 40. Um, so of course this isn't gonna be tasting the same as this. That's for sure. So I can't really take the price into consideration. But I will probably put the Flor de Cana 12-year-old rum at 6.5, which is quite low when you think about what this cost. But then again, I haven't tasted this, so I don't really know how big that's going to be, how good that's going to be. But yeah, the Flor de Cana 12-year-old 6.5 for me. How it looks, well, that's a solid 10 because it looks amazing. And these glasses, also a solid 10 for me. I think they're beautiful, and yeah, perfect. Sometimes these are way too small or way too big, and they seem wrong. Or sometimes this thing, I don't know what it's called in English actually, is either too thin or too long, and it makes it seem fragile. This is kind of robust, but still um, elegant. That's the word I'm looking for. So the Flor de Cana 12-year-old is a 6.5 for me. Yeah, there you have it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have anything to ask or say, just leave a comment. I will answer and reply on everything. If you want to see more videos like this, please give me a follow. And as always, check out my Instagram, which is dongon_. And that's it for me this time, guys. Have a good time. Thank you for watching. Bye.